It's wild how quickly the sound of drill keeps evolving, even in just a few months. And as producers, it's our job to keep up. You don't have to copy trends, but staying up to date with what's relevant helps you adapt in your own unique way. Drill's come a long way from the dark piano beats of 2019. In 2025, artists like Nems, Kid Wild, Kyle Rich, and even Central C are using a real catchy bounce known as hood trap. There's some crossover with jerk drill too, but they all have a similar rhythm. So in this video, I'm gonna break it all down for you. I'm Jay Cactus, a full-time producer with placements from artists such as Gigs, Noisy, Quangface, Skinny Flex, and more. And my beats have racked up tens of millions of views. So yeah, there's gonna be some gems in this one. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so for the BPM, things are getting a little bit faster these days, but if you stick around 140, you could go a little bit lower, you could go higher, then you're going to be okay. So for this one, let's go with 150. I've also pulled up UVI Workstation because they have some of my favorite plugins, and the new update just makes it so much easier to find sounds. Let's go for some type of string, see what Mosaic's got. All right, Mosaic's pretty sick because you can just press some of the keys and it's going to play chords for you. So I really like the sound of that. Going into A sharp here. But then if I hold one of the sharp notes, it's going to manipulate it. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's going to be the one. That's hard. Yeah, so you can see what I've done there. I'm just holding that effect note and using these two chords. Let's take this as well though, just without the effect. And we can render this. So let's just click that, hit Alt and R, I think something like this. All right, let's get a piano in next. Let's find some keys that we like. Yeah, something like this will work. Yeah, let's randomize the velocity a bit. Just keeping this pattern really simple. Let's add some delay as well though. I think something simple like this, just to give it some character. Alright, so I've got that second layer. Now I'm thinking I need a main counter melody. So maybe we could continue these orchestral vibes and go with a violin or something similar. I'm thinking this one. Throw a little vocal phrase on there as well. Yeah, this one could work. Just simple. So we'll have the violin in one section, then when the violin stops, the vocal will come in. Let's throw some spark verb on there. Just trying to find something real ambient. Yeah, this disperser preset. That's kind of sick. Crazy. Let's just throw a couple accents on here as well. So I like to start with my main instruments, then I like to add accents, vocals, and just interesting sounds to create some cool textures. But that could work. Right, so when the violin stops, let's bring in one of these phrases. I'm just splitting that, so then this section won't have the violin. Alright, this is sounding sick so far, but what I want to do from here is actually render this. I'll also have a bit with that melody by itself, because I always like to see what it sounds like in a different key, but I prefer pitching audio compared to MIDI, just because it sounds a bit more sampled. That's kind of hard. Could add some textures to this though. Sounds kind of sick. Okay, this sample's missing some low end, so I want to find a sub bass, but then I'm also going to use an 808 when we add the drums. By the way, if you like the sounds I've been using so far, they've all come from UVI's Sonic Bundle. This is something new they just introduced, and it includes all 116 plugins from them. This thing's actually crazy. There's over 1,000 instruments and 37,000 different presets. You've probably seen me using things like Falcon and World Suite 3 in a lot of my videos, and that's really just scratching the surface because they've got so many different products to offer. Everything from pianos and orchestral sounds to synths and loads of rare instruments from around the world. Not to mention all the cool effect plugins they have. If you were to get all the plugins separately, they're worth over $12,000, but you can get everything together with the Sonic Bundle for only $7.99. That means you get them for live too. So if you want to check it out, the link's in the description. Now let's get into the drums. I think the sexy drill bass line will sound sick with this, you know. Right, let's pull in a snare, because this is the main bounce for hood trap. So you're going to start here, go to the third red one, then the next first red one, then we could go to the next first red one, and then the third black one. So that's the main bounce, and we could just copy that, or we could do a few things to switch it up. So maybe we add 3 here. So you want to create bounce by playing with the velocity. Let's grab something else. Kind of like this sound, but we could add 2. Let's grab a clap. Now with the clap, you could add a standard trap pattern like this, or we could go with more of a drill pattern. Yeah, I'm feeling that more. Let's copy this, and then we can use this second snare. Find some space. Yeah, even just the 1. Just pull in this rain snare too. And with the other snares I'm bringing in, there's no set technique for this. I'm just going with whatever bounce feels right. So I'm feeling that. Also really like this one. I'm just going to layer some of the claps with this. Let's grab some open hats too. I'm feeling that one. I think we could add a couple. Maybe a simple one too. I think just 1 here. Okay, there we go. And the second one just has no velocity, so it cancels out. Yeah, I think I'll stomp in one part. Let's get some more bounce on the melody too. But we definitely need 1 part with an 808, so I'm just gonna pull in the spins, set it to cut itself, we'll increase the out, we'll also boost it, and this will just be for when that bass and the stomp come out. Could add a couple more notes just to make things interesting. Honestly, if you're going for placements, you don't need to overcomplicate it, but I can't help it, man. I always need to add more. So I'm going to add some log drums right now because I've been obsessed with them recently. So I like to bounce between a few different ones. So this would only come in some parts. So could mute the last spins, and then just do something like this. Bring it down an octave. Yeah, this is sounding crazy now. But I always like to have a few options, so even if I add a lot to the beat, when I start arranging it, I'll just break it up. So I'll have one part with just the spins, one with the sexy drill bass line, and then one with the spins and the log drum. Only other thing I might add is just a couple bits of effects for some atmosphere. Yeah, this might be my favorite one to use. Something like this as well. And then for some instant bounce, we could just grab something like this. And this might be it, you know. I don't think I need anything else. Just checking the mix real quick. Drums are knocking, man. So you want the 808 going into the red. And then we've got a soft clicker on the master. Then I just got the main snare hitting kind of loud. Everything else just following underneath. But then we balance it with the panning too. So if some things are to the left, then you can bring other things to the right. Only other thing I want to do is add a kick. And sometimes you don't even need a kick because you can just boost the spins. But what I'm thinking is, in the hook, I'll have the first half with a stomp, and then it can go into the kick. So I copied the same stomp pattern in. In the stomp, I've just muted the second half, and the kick, I've got rid of the first half. Sounding mad. Alright, let's have a listen from the beginning. So I've just got the melody in the intro. There's some snares.
Cactus.
It's gonna sound crazy, you know. Now we've got the kick coming in. Now the switch up with the spins. This part's crazy, especially with the low drums. Let me know in the comments if you're feeling this one. So I hope you guys are feeling this. If you were, you can watch more videos by clicking right up here. Or if you want to check out the UBI bundle, the link